Hey mountain friends, so I'm so excited to make a sugar-free syrup for you all. So this is a great alternative if you're diabetic or if you're just watching your carbs or whatever. This is a great alternative. So I've bought many sugar-free syrups before and I didn't like the taste of them. I'm like, okay, I just searched around and found this recipe and I like it, and I'm going to make this for y'all and show you how to do it. So I'm just going to tell you right up front what you're going to need. There's not a lot that goes into it, okay? Just a few steps. Now I get monk fruit. Now this is called golden monk fruit sweetener. So that kind of takes the place of brown sugar, okay? I found this at TJ Maxx. It's right on the back, TJ Maxx. If you have a TJ Maxx around, I've seen this at Walmart. So this is called Lakanto. This is Lakanto brand, Lakanto, Lakanto monk fruit sweetener, and this is the golden, okay? And I think I've even seen this on Amazon, but takes the place of brown sugar, okay? So this is what I'm going to use. You're going to need some maple extract. You're going to need some xanthan gum. It's called xanthan gum, Xanthan, xanthan. It's hard for me to say myself, gum. Bob's and it says right on it, xanthan gum. This is the Red Mill, Bob's Red Mill brand. I like Bob's stuff. I get a lot of the Bob's stuff. And I found this at Walmart. Okay, so this is going to act as a thickener without using, because traditional homemade syrup, it cooks down and it gets thick because it's made out of cane sugar. This is not going to be made out of cane sugar. So this is going to help get it a little thick, because you're going to make syrup, you don't want it runny and watery. You want it kind of thick like syrup is. So this is what is going to help it. So don't leave this out. So this is xanthan gum. And you're going to need about 2 cups of water. So I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of the water to mix the xanthan gum in, and I'll show you how to do that. So y'all jot this down as you go. It's really not a hard recipe, so jot it down as I go. I'm going to explain it. So let's get started. So I have a 1/4 cup of water here. So you're going to use a 1/4 cup of your water to mix your xanthan gum in. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of the xanthan gum in the 1/4 cup of water. So it's going to leave you with 1 3/4 cup of water to put in your saucepan. And you're going to stir this up, and you're going to let this sit for just a few minutes, and it's going to thicken, okay? And I'm just going to stir it up and let it sit probably for 2 or 3 minutes until it thickens. And we're going to set it aside, but we're going to pour this in our syrup when we get started cooking it, okay? All right, now I'm going to add the rest of the water, which is 1 3/4 cup, to my saucepan, and you want it on about a medium-low heat. Let's get that going. You're going to add your monk fruit sweetener, my brown monk fruit sweetener. Golden. It's called golden. I do want to say, if you can't find the golden monk fruit sweetener, you can use the regular too. So, okay, you don't have to use the golden. So I do want to make sure you know that. But I like the golden because I like the amber color that it makes the syrup. So you're going to pour that right into your water, 2/3 cup. And you're going to stir this together, and you're going to bring it to a simmer. Now, once it starts to simmer, we're going to take it off the heat, and then we're going to add our xanthan gum mixture. That's that right there that I mixed up ahead of time. So I'm going to, this won't take long, so I'm just going to give it a few minutes, and I'm going to stir it constantly, and I'm going to bring it up to a simmer, and then take it off, and then we'll finish it up. See, it's starting to simmer, and I'm going to remove it from the heat, and we're going to add our xanthan gum to it. All right, now we're going to finish up the syrup. So I got it sitting here. It's hot. I'm going to empty, let me get this out. So here's your xanthan gum mixture. So you're going to put this right in the hot syrup. And I want to stir that around. It's going to melt. But this is really important to get it to thicken like syrup should be. So I'm going to stir this around. You can see it starting to melt. Now you gotta let this kind of cool down almost completely, really, and it will thicken more as it cools off. And I'm going to add my maple extract in. You're going to do a teaspoon of maple extract. And if I had some, I don't, but if I had some butter flavoring, I would add some of that in here. I don't have any, but if you had some butter flavoring, add that in, probably about a half a teaspoon. And that would just finish it off to make it really that old-timey syrupy taste. So you're just going to stir this together. Now this takes a while. If you see some lumps of the xanthan gum in there, just keep stirring it and whisking it until it's all gone and till it's all dissolved, okay? So that may take a few minutes, but keep doing that until it's, and I'll turn the camera around so you can see it. See that little pieces that's floating around? If you keep stirring it, that will dissolve. So just keep stirring it. So this is the finished syrup that's all done. Now this is, about probably maybe the consistency or a little thicker than honey. If you don't like it this thick, you can just not use as much xanthan gum. So back off some of the xanthan gum and don't use as much, and it won't be hardly this consistency, okay? But we warm it up when we get ready to use it. So just put a lid on it, seal it up. You can leave it out room temperature for about up to 2 weeks.